Manga-Waido.
My name is Takeru Kawano. I'm an office worker for an electronics manufacturer. I'm divorced, but I got remarried a few months ago. I met my current wife, Risa, at a drinking party through a friend. Risa has worked in customer service at a clothing store for a long time, and unlike me, she's a good talker. We got along well from the first time we met, exchanged contact information at the party, and gradually deepened our relationship by going out together afterwards. She's also divorced with no children, so the marriage went smoothly. To be honest, we decided to get married with the flow. Risa and I get along well, and I was starting to feel the loneliness of being single, so I was excited to get married and start a fun life. However, aren't you spending too much money this week?
Oh, it's fine.
We should save up for the future.
Shut up, it's not that much. You're a small man. You just have to make more money in the first place.
Don't put it like that! I'm just trying to—
Yeah. I don't want to hear a lecture. I'm going to bed. Good night.
Hey, come on! Before we got married, she was a cheerful woman who did everything efficiently. But now, she won't even do the chores. She's become a woman who just spends money roughly. Risa, what happened? That wasn't my only concern.
Oh, Takeru, sorry to bother you.
Oh, mother-in-law, hi. After Risa and I got married, my mother-in-law started showing up at our house a lot.
Hi? I've come all this way. Why don't you at least offer me some tea?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll serve it right away.
Oh, by the way, the washing machine isn't working so well. I think it's time to buy a new one.
I see.
Please help again, Takeru.
By that,
Please buy me another one, but this time a high-performance one would be nice.
what? That's a little—
Why not? You get the employee discount anyway, right? Besides, we're family. Let's help each other out.
Yes, but I don't know about this.
That's what it is. Thanks.
My mother-in-law has been asking me for appliances like this since the beginning of our marriage. I thought I should help her at first, since we're family, but it continues like this, which makes me think she should be a little bit more considerate. Even though I gently refuse my mother-in-law, who is quite insistent, it becomes a hassle, so I have to fold. Even if I tell Risa,
Well, we're family. Help her out.
she says, and doesn't take my side. Marriage is tough after all. Then one day, I was transferred from the head office to the factory. This wasn't a demotion or anything. It was just standard course for career advancement. It seems that the company's policy is that if you aim for higher positions, you should also know about the work site. I was a little surprised because I thought it was still a long way off, but I was excited because I like trying new things. But Risa, on the other hand—
Huh? Working at the factory?
No! This is a normal route to promotion! It's what I need to do!
That's just an excuse, right? I thought you were good at your job. I'm disappointed in you.
What do you mean, let you down? What do you take working at the factory for?
Working at the factory is for people who are at the bottom of the pyramid.
Don't talk like that! It's the work site that's important!
It's a shame that my husband works in a factory.
I said— Ugh. It's no use talking to her. After that, Risa continued to blatantly look down on me. She's always been a woman who speaks frankly and openly. But now that I think about it, I feel like she's been looking down on me ever since we first met. And even my mother-in-law—
Oh my, Takeru.
Mother-in-law, you're here.
I heard. You're working at a factory.
Oh, Risa told you? Yes, I'll be transferred to the factory soon.
Did you screw up at work?
Huh? No, it's not like that. It's to get some experience in the site.
Okay. You don't have to put up a front, but more importantly, I can use the company discount even if you work at the factory, right?
What? Well, of course you can, but—
Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to use the company discount.
Huh? If the daughter's like that, this is what the mother is like. Seriously, I might have gotten married too soon. I was already thinking of divorce. Even though we got married without a wedding, I was not comfortable with the idea of getting divorced twice. I don't know what to do. One day, when I was worrying about it like that, I needed a certificate of residence because of something that had to do with my parents' real estate. So I went to the city office. I was astonished when I saw the certificate of residence I received there. What? Does this mean? At first I thought it was some kind of mistake and asked the staff, but they said there was no mistake. Which means that's the only possibility. Anyway, I took the certificate of residence to my parents' house. I hadn't seen my parents in a while, but I showed them my certificate of residence without even saying a greeting. What do you think about this situation?
Isn't this some kind of mistake?
What's going on? I talked to the authorities, and they said they're sure, and I have some ideas of what might be happening.
Ideas?
I told my parents about how Risa and my mother-in-law treat me, and how my life is now. Only knowing about Risa before we got married, they didn't believe my story at first. But my credit card history and my serious attitude eventually convinced them. Then I was referred to a lawyer who was an acquaintance of my father's. And under the lawyer's direction, we prepared a voice recorder and gathered evidence. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to hold the things I needed to prove my case, but the evidence came together surprisingly easily. Now it's all good. I'm done with those guys. After gathering enough evidence, I planned to move out on my own. I started to get rid of some of my stuff and move it out little by little, so I wouldn't get caught. I prepared an excuse because I thought it was obvious that my stuff was disappearing, but I didn't have to. Risa didn't even notice that most of my stuff was gone. Either that, or she didn't say anything, even if she noticed. You don't care about me at all. And then, when I finished moving my things to the new house, I left the house alone without saying anything to Risa. The next day was also a weekend, so I didn't answer my phone for the whole day on purpose. And on the next day, I got countless calls from Risa. I guess I'll answer it.
Hey, where are you right now?
She seems pretty upset. Of course she would be. I'd never left the house for a day before. I'm already in my new house. It's pretty comfortable.
Huh? Enough with the jokes. Just hurry up and come home.
It's not a joke. Besides, I'm not going back there.
Huh? You're not mad that I made fun of you, are you?
Oh, you were aware of that?
Are you sulking just because someone made fun of you a little bit? Are you a child? I'll forgive you, so just come home.
Why do I have to go home?
What do you mean? Because we're family? Families live together and husbands bring money into the house.
What are you talking about? We're not even married.
What? How can you say we're not married?
I don't know why you're arguing with me. I saw the certificate of residence.
What?
That's right. Risa and I were never married. That's why I was so surprised when I saw the certificate of residence at the city office. Risa's name wasn't listed in the column for family members. I'd actually left all the formalities such as submitting the marriage certificate to Risa. Since Risa had hold of the marriage certificate, I didn't have a chance to notice since we've only been married for a short time. And there's a reason why I didn't question Risa until today. Is this a marriage scam? I was very upset when I found out the truth for the first time. Thinking about it now, the change in attitude and the rough use of money after the marriage was obviously strange. I can't believe that even my mother-in-law was trying to eat up all my money. I think it was all planned. I was furious and immediately tried to question Risa. But wait, even if I ask Risa about it now, she might just brush it off, which could be the end of it. Which is why I was preparing to sue her by consulting with a lawyer without telling Risa.
Wait, there's a reason for this.
I don't need excuses. Also, the contract for that house expires at the end of this month because I told the housing company. Also, I'm going to charge you alimony for this.
What? Wait a minute!
Contact me through my lawyer. I have nothing more to say to you. Well then.
Wait.
Then Risa and a stranger, who I thought was my mother-in-law, contacted me several times, but I ignored all of them. It started to get out of hand, so I decided to block their calls unless it was necessary for formal procedures. Surprisingly, things went smoothly from there. Risa and her family were verbally abusive to me through their lawyer, but it didn't reach me. Living alone for the first time in a while was incredibly comfortable, and the stress from Risa and her mother was gone, making even the most ordinary days seem enjoyable. A few months later, I got a call from an unknown number. Who could it be? I wasn't sure if I should answer it or not, but I decided to take it. And then... You! You're the one who cheated Risa! Cheated Risa? Who are you? I'm Risa's husband! I've heard everything! I don't know, but this sounds interesting. I was excited inside, but I pretended to be flustered and decided to listen. Risa's husband? Wait, I don't really understand. I already know that you cheated Risa and took her money! Huh? The man claiming to be Risa's husband continued to question me on the phone after that, and we decided to meet up to discuss the matter. The next day, while waiting at a coffee shop for the meeting, the man came in. It was you! The man who cheated Risa! Hello, my name is Kawano. Nice to meet you. I'm Keisuke Shimada, Risa's husband. I didn't think you'd ask me to meet you. Well, hearing your story, I realized that you may have a lot of misunderstandings, so I've come here today to explain. Misunderstanding? How can that be? I've heard everything from Risa! Don't raise your voice so much. I have some questions I want to ask you too. So let's calm down and discuss them. Saying that, I told him the whole story about Risa's fake marriage, including the alimony. I knew he wouldn't believe me based on the story alone, so I prepared the evidence in advance. Shimada-san didn't believe me at first, but when I showed him the evidence, he turned pale as he felt he had no choice but to believe me. No way! Risa did that? I'm sorry. It seems I took Risa's story at face value and made a terrible mistake. It's okay. Is it true that you've been married for several years? Yes, that's true. Actually, Shimada-san is currently a fisherman. Since he's a fisherman and can't come home for a few months, he didn't have much contact with Risa during that time. He told me that Risa has debt from a relative, and their life is difficult. I guess that's why Risa tried to take money from me. Well, not like I care about the reason. When he finally came home from work, Risa cried and told him, "A man named Kawano swindled me out of my money!" He couldn't take it, so he contacted me. Why should she tell such an obvious lie again? I accused you without knowing anything. What a shame. So what are you and Risa going to do now? To be honest, I don't trust Risa anymore, but I'll talk it over with her. I see. This is just another chance of fate. So call me if you need anything. I'll be happy to talk to you. Thank you. After that, Shimada-san talked it over with Risa, but in conclusion, they decided to get a divorce. Apparently, Risa seemed to really like Shimada-san, and she resisted until the end, so it was quite difficult for him to get a divorce. Shimada-san wondered, if she loves me so much, why did she lie like that? And I think so too. In the end, Risa was also charged alimony by Shimada-san, and it seems that both parent and child are living a hard life. That's karma. No room for pity. Since then, Shimada-san and I have become good drinking buddies. He calls me every few months when he comes home, and tells me interesting stories from the ship when we're drinking. And so, I'm still a single aristocrat. I sometimes feel lonely, but I've learned my lesson about marriage. My name is Toru Kono. I'm a first-year high school student. At school, I'm always together with my childhood friend, Takeru. Toru, did you try the game I lent you yesterday? Yeah, I got hooked on it and didn't sleep today. Takeru and I share the same hobbies, and we always talk about games and manga at school. I don't have many friends, and I'm not in any club, so chatting with Takeru is always my greatest pleasure. Wow! Talking about games again! This is why you guys are dull! Ugh, Kimoto and his friends. They call us dull and tease us at every chance they get, especially the leader of their group, Kimoto. He teases us every time he sees us. Are you escaping from reality to 2 dimensions? Well, if you're a dull kid who isn't in any clubs, you're probably out of touch with your youth, so I guess it can't be helped. We're not escaping from reality. It's just that for us. It's like a reference. What? Reference? Like you want to live your youth like the animes? Gross!
You guys can't do that. You're just talking about two-dimensional stuff in the corner of the classroom all the time.
That's right! Your dull atmosphere is getting in the way of our youth! Ugh. You know, I think it's these kinds of squabbles that get in the way of youth. If you don't like us, leave us alone. Huh? I don't like your argumentative and glib attitude! You're an arrogant loudmouth! Then, fortunately, the chime rang and the teacher appeared, and Kimoto and his group finally left. Thanks for talking back. No, I could have made it worse. It's okay. I don't have the guts to stand up to Kimoto and the others. I feel a little better after you said that to him. Takeru laughed at me, but his face looked a little uneasy. But that day at lunchtime... Wow, you guys are so dull! Even your lunches? I lost my appetite. I don't know how you can eat that brown lunch. It's delicious. Boiled taro. Even your lunch is lame!
Hey, Kimoto!
Kanzawa! Isn't this the first time you're talking to me? She's my classmate, Kanzawa-san. By all accounts, she was the most beautiful girl in our grade.
You've been annoying for a while now. Can't you just be quiet for a minute?
What?
That's all I wanted to say. It was so annoying I wanted to complain.
No, Kanzawa! You wanted to talk to me, didn't you? Oh, you want to have lunch with me?
No thanks. I'd lose my appetite. Just be quiet.
Yes! Thanks to Kanzawa-san, we were able to eat our lunch in peace. Maybe she didn't mean to help us, but I appreciate it. I'll have to thank her later. I guess so, but do it out of sight from Kimoto and the others. Kimoto seems to like Kanzawa-san. She doesn't look interested, though. Really? How do you know? You can tell by looking. You're not very good at this kind of thing, are you, Toru? After that, perhaps out of concern from Kanzawa-san's eyes, the teasing from Kimoto and the others calmed down. One evening, I was going home alone when I heard the sound of a ball from the basketball court as I approached the park I usually walk by. I looked over there and saw... Wait, that's Kanzawa-san! You mean she was practicing on her own until this late? As I looked at her casually with admiration, our eyes met.
Kano?
What? Oh, hi. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. Things weren't going well, so I thought I'd take a break anyway.
I see. But you're here this late. You've got energy.
That's all I've got going for me.
I don't think so at all. If she has the physical ability with this look, heaven has given her 2 gifts.
What?
Oh, sorry. I was admiring you.
What?
By the way, you said things weren't going well? Did something happen? She's been playing basketball since junior high school and was chosen as a regular in her high school club as a freshman. But recently, she's been in a slump, so she's been practicing on her own after club activities. I see. You're disciplined.
Because I like it. You can work hard at what you like, right?
I guess so. Hey, if you don't mind, can I give you some advice?
What? Yeah, sure.
I just glanced at your shots, and I think the timing is a little fast. Maybe your impatience is showing in your movement. Also, your left hand seemed to be straining for a moment. Also, your right shoulder is a little too high, and your elbow is a little too open.
What? I didn't notice that. I thought the timing was too late. And the elbow and left hand... I'll give it a try.
After repeating the process a few times while paying attention to the form, she started to score cleanly.
I did it! I think I'm starting to remember.
Yeah, it was really clean.
What? How do you know so much?
Huh? Oh, I love basketball manga. I play a lot of basketball games, so I have a lot of knowledge.
I see. I guess someone like that can look at things objectively and give accurate advice. So, from now on, when you're free, watch my practice and tell me if there's anything that bugs you.
If it's okay with you, I'll be glad to do it. From that day on, I began to frequently accompany Kanzawa-san's self-practice sessions. After that, Kanzawa-san listened to my opinion seriously and improved rapidly. Seeing her happy made me happy too, and I began to look forward to our voluntary training sessions. Kanzawa-san also began to take an interest in me
and started to talk to me more actively in class. But this was probably a bad idea.
Darn! That Kono guy is a real eyesore!
The harassment from Kimoto escalated. He tore up my notebooks while I was out of my seat, tripped me on purpose, and made me fall down during gym class. Even now... Ouch!
Huh? I thought it was a bug, so I stepped on it. But it was your foot, Kono? Sorry!
Hey, you're bothering me, so I'd appreciate it if you'd stop.
You make it sound like I did it on purpose. I told you it was a mistake.
Stop it, Kimoto! Why are you so hostile to Kano? I can't watch this.
Why do you care about him, Kanzawa? I'm better looking and a better athlete.
Huh? Does it matter who I get along with? Besides, Kano's been good to me.
He's been good to you? Kono has?
He watches me practice on my own. He gives me good advice.
You gotta be kidding. There's no way he can give you basketball advice. He skipped most of the physical education classes too.
Oh, you knew I was skipping? You're really paying attention, aren't you?
You don't have to say that now, Toru. This guy can't actually play basketball, can he? Then wouldn't it be better for you if you practiced with me, Kanzawa?
Instead of practicing with you for 10 hours, it would be more meaningful to have Kano watch me for 1 hour. That's how insightful Kano is.
Then play me, Kono. Let's play basketball.
What? Why?
Let's stop the muddle. I'll show you the difference in ability between you and me.
No way. I don't see the point.
How about if the winner can order the loser to do one thing? If I win, I'll make you a slave.
To Kimoto, who offered such an outrageous condition? Oh, that's fine then. As long as I win, right?
What?
What?
After school the next day, waiting in the gym was the basketball team led by Kimoto. It's the so-called popular group who led a bright school life. On the other hand, my team is me and my friends from another school. They're all taller than me, but at first glance, they all have the same dull look as me.
What kind of team is that? They're all dull-looking guys. I'm sure we're going to win.
Ignoring Kimoto's taunts, we prepared for the match.
Sorry, Kano, I got you in this mess. Are you sure you're fine with it?
Thanks. I'm okay though. Watch this. And the game began. The first half was dominated by the aggressive Kimoto team.
Whoa! Are you serious? I'm not getting any response!
How is it? You think we can make it?
Yeah, it's exactly like Takeru's data.
Okay, guys. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm getting tired of losing on purpose.
It's for Toru and Takeru's sake. Let's start fighting back! It's been a while since I've given it my all. 3 minutes left in the first half.
What? No way!
The doll guy's movement changed? We took shot after shot while the other team was stunned. The first half ended with us taking the lead in the last 3 minutes.
Wait, isn't the other team really good? They don't look like they can play, but they're leaving the basketball club behind.
Even voices could be heard from the crowd.
This is just a fluke! We'll pull away in the second half!
I could hear Kimoto's enthusiastic voice, but the pace of the second half was completely ours.
Toru!
Okay!
What is this, little guy? I won't let you go! You're the one who's getting schooled by that little guy. Toru!
Our excellent teamwork kept them at bay, and we kept scoring.
What is this guy? Wait, what is this team?
Not letting Kimoto's team touch the ball in the second half, we won the game.
Good work. That was easy.
Thanks, guys.
You scored most of it, Toru.
It's thanks to everyone's assistance.
Kano, that was amazing!
Right? Toru was the top player in the junior high school basketball team. I met the other members through street basketball, and they were all really good. Especially those two. They're nationally ranked players. Yeah! We're actually pretty famous. You don't know who we are?
Oh, a disguise?
To catch that guy Kimoto off guard. Especially him because he stands out.
You stand out too.
Oh, what a bunch of amazing people.
Takeru's also amazing. He's a super talented manager.
Oh yeah, Takeru gave us detailed information about their abilities, so we were able to win easily.
I see. You're an amazing person, too.
I'm just a basketball nerd. Dang! What was that? I can't believe it!
Kimoto, about the promise.
That was just a lucky shot! One more time!
Sure, we'll play you as many times as you want, but that increases the promise each time. We probably won't lose. Anyway, for now, I'll order you to stop harassing me and Takeru. Oh, and don't harass Kanzawa-san either.
A man has to keep their word, Kimoto.
I understand.
From that day on, I never got tangled up with Kimoto and the others. We ended up playing a few games after that, but we won them all. I said that, but there was no particular order I wanted them to follow, so in the end, I had him buy me a drink. They were so frustrated to lose to a team they kept making fun of, and they started to really work hard at practice. As someone who loves basketball, I hope they'll change their minds and continue to work hard. One day, after school, I was accompanying Kanzawa-san to practice at that park.
Why aren't you in the club? With your ability, you can be a regular and even go to the nationals.
Oh, actually, I liked basketball and worked hard until junior high school. Thanks to that, I was called a top player. But I was isolated because of the friction with my teammates who were jealous of that. I didn't get a single pass the whole game, and I was even replaced. I was not interested in aiming for the top in tournaments, and wanted to enjoy basketball purely as a game. So I didn't join a club in high school, and started showing up after school to play street basketball with Takeru.
I see.
Yeah, but like you, I like basketball, so I couldn't stop, Kanzawa-san. I won't join club activities, but I'll keep playing basketball.
As a fellow basketball fan, I'm glad Kano didn't stop playing basketball. Will you continue to watch me practice?
I'd be happy to.
What? I thought you were going to confess! It was a good vibe.
What? You were there?
What are you guys doing here?
When I said Toru and Kanzawa were in a good mood, everyone started talking about inviting the two of you to practice with us.
I mean, let's just observe a page of their youth. Youth?
Don't you realize it? That she...
Oh, practice, practice! Come on, guys, let's go do it!
What? Yeah, okay. Well, since there are 6 of us, let's do 3 versus 3.
Okay, we're not going to lose.
I like games and comics, but I like basketball the most after all. I'm going to continue to cherish this bond.
I'm Risa Kawaii, 25 years old. Recently, my parents have been asking me, "Are you married yet? When can we see your grandchildren?" And I'm getting fed up with it. Then, one day, I was wandering around town when I bumped into a childhood friend, Yuriko Takahashi. Wait, Yuriko, long time no see.
Ah, Risa.
Sorry for the wait. The cashier was crowded.
Thanks.
Oh,
Oh, is that your friend?
hello, my name is Risa Kawaii. I'm Yuriko's childhood friend.
I'm Takashi Sano. I'm dating Yuriko. Nice to meet you.
Takashi-san is Yuriko's senior at work. They had a movie theater to go to, so we didn't have a chance to talk at length, but lucky Yuriko. She has such a handsome boyfriend. I wonder what kind of person he is. I looked into his social media for a bit and found that Takashi-san is an elite graduate of a first-class university, and his family runs a company, which seems like quite a big one. I wish. I have to work hard too. I got fired up after that and actively participated in blind date parties. But there was no way I could meet a man as good as Takashi-san so easily. I kept striking out. Right! Maybe I could be introduced to one of Takashi-san's college friends? I immediately contacted Yuriko, but...
Sorry, I haven't had the chance to talk to Takashi lately.
Why? Don't you work for the same company?
I got transferred to a different department, and I don't have much time to spare because I'm so busy.
Huh, I see.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sure if I can do that right now.
Oh, right. I'm sorry too. Yuriko was playing it off, but I could tell things didn't seem to be going too well. I checked Takashi-san's social media and found him complaining that his girlfriend had been indifferent lately, and that he was lonely because she leaves him alone. I was curious, so I gave it a try. Hello, I'm Kono, Yuriko's childhood friend whom you met the other day. You seem down. I could listen. And sent him a message. And then, Yuriko is not very nice to me lately. Do you know what's going on? He replied. I immediately went to talk to Takashi-san.
Yuriko refuses to go out with me even when I ask her out. Did I do something wrong?
Yuriko has always had a tendency to get bent out of shape over random things.
I see. I wonder what I can do to put her in a better mood.
I don't think you have to force yourself to put her in a good mood. Relationships don't last long unless it's fair to both of you. It's not good for either of you to constantly be sensitive to the other's feelings.
Right. When you say it like that, I kind of feel that way.
Yuriko is awful. I wouldn't make Takahashi-san sad if I were her.
What?
From the first time I met you, you're handsome, and I always thought it would be nice if someone like you were my boyfriend.
I'm glad. When a cute girl like you says that to me, I forget how down I've been feeling.
Could it be? Maybe this is my chance. After that, we got into a good mood after some drinks, and we started a physical relationship. I felt guilty, but it was such a dreamy moment. Yuriko continued to refuse Takashi's invitations, saying she was too busy and tired. Eventually, Takashi grew tired of Yuriko, and one day...
I'm breaking up with Yuriko. So will you go out with me?
Is that okay with you?
Yeah. You've encouraged me a lot, Risa. I started falling in love with you.
I'm so happy. I love you too, Takashi. Please take care of me. Yay! I got a handsome, high-spec boyfriend. I immediately called Yuriko and told her that I was going out with Takashi-san. Sorry, but it's Yuriko's fault. You left Takashi-san alone. Terrible. How could you do this? He's mine. Give him back. But Takashi-san chose me. Like I said before, it's your fault for continuing to refuse Takashi's invites and neglecting him.
Fine. If you won't listen to me, if you won't give Takashi back to me, then I don't have a choice.
What? Does that mean you agree?
Yeah, you're right. It's all my fault for leaving him alone. Besides, people's feelings can't change that easily.
Right. She backed down rather easily, but I was lucky it didn't turn into drama. After that, I continued a steady relationship with Takashi-san and proposed to him. To be honest, I feel a little bad thinking that he's Yuriko's hand-me-down, but he's a high-spec, handsome guy, so it's okay. Takashi-san is very kind, and my parents are very happy. Can life really go this well? I'll invite you to the wedding, so look forward to it, Yuriko.
I'm Takahashi, Yuriko. I'm the woman who just lost Takashi-san to that Risa. Takashi-san was my senior at work, and he was a very kind man with a great work ethic. Not only was he competent, when I made a mistake he would say, "Let's apologize to the customers together," and he was admired by all the female employees. I was really happy when he confessed his love to me. He was really nice when we were dating, and very good at escorting me on dates. When I occasionally treat him to sweets or cooking, he responded
Yuriko, you're a really good cook.
with enthusiasm, and his smile attracted me even more. But then, when the marriage talks progressed and I went to his parents' house to greet them, "Nice to meet you. My name is Yuriko Takahashi. Pleased to meet you." "Oh my, you are a very pretty young lady." And it was fine up to the greeting. But as we talked over tea, things started to get a little shady. "You're going to quit your job when you get married and move into the house, right?" "Oh, see, I'm the only woman in this house, right? I thought I could use someone to chat with."
Mom always wanted a daughter. Good thing a pretty bride like Yuko came along.
"Yes, it is. Yuriko, you can do the housework, right?" "Yes, I can do a little bit of it. I'm getting old and my back hurts. I've been looking forward to having his wife do the housework for a long time. But when we get married, we'll live in separate houses." "What are you saying? We're moving in together, right, Takashi?"
That's right. I've decided to be filial to my mom. We're going to live with her when we get married.
After that, Takashi continued to praise his mother and affirm everything she said. He talks as if it's natural that after marriage I will join the family and be at the mercy of my mother-in-law. I never knew Takahashi-senpai was like this, and his mother too. I wonder if I'll be able to keep this up from now on. To be honest, just as I was beginning to feel uneasy about marrying my senior when we went to inspect the wedding venue. Oh my, Yuriko! To my surprise, my mother-in-law was there. At the meeting that day, my mother-in-law interfered at every turn, even when I gave my opinion. In the end, they decided the interior design of the ceremony, the gifts, the food, and every other thing without my permission. Takashi-san also accepts it with a smile. No way! I can't get married like this. I had to break up with Takashi-san, but I had no idea what to do. For the time being, I tried to keep my distance from him, kept refusing his invitations, and tried not to look at his texts as much as possible. That's when it happened. Risa asked me to set up a blind date party. That's right! I actually lost my boyfriend to Risa in high school. Risa had a habit of wanting other people's things, and several of my other friends had the same thing happen to them. But I can take advantage of Risa's habit. I pretended that things weren't going so well, saying, "Actually, lately I haven't been able to talk to Takashi-san much." Then, as early as the following week, Risa commented on Takashi-san's post on social media. After a while, they both started posting pictures taken at the same restaurant on the same day. Just as planned. My heart danced. And then, a few months later, Takashi-san, looking serious, called me over.
You keep refusing my invites. I can't do this with you anymore.
Does that mean you're breaking up with me?
That's right. Mom also says I should quickly break up with a cold person like you.
Oh no, I just wasn't feeling well and I couldn't see you.
You were too cold, even for that, and you ignored my texts all the time.
I'm sorry. Looking at my phone made me sick.
No need to make excuses. I'm in love with someone else right now. I want to end things with you.
Okay. I continued to act sad and cry until he walked away, which leads to the scene where we break up. Afterwards, Risa happily posted a photo of them on social media saying, "I got a boyfriend." She's been posting happy pictures every day, and the relationship seems to be going well. Risa, I'm sorry, but it was your will taking him away from me. Then, about a year later, Takashi-san probably proposed to her, and she went to his parents' house for a greeting. Risa suddenly contacted me for the first time in a while.
What's with that mother-in-law? Did you know Takashi's mother was like that?
Huh? What are you talking about?
He never told me his mother was like that.
You didn't hear. Why would I say that?
He's an unbelievable mommy's boy. What's going on?
I don't know. You're the one who approached him and took him away from me.
I mean, he's rich, but his parents give him money. He's a total spendthrift. He has no savings. I can't believe it.
Even if you say that now, there's nothing I can do. After that, Risa continued to vent her dissatisfaction for Takashi-san. Enough! It was stupid of me to rely on you, she spat out and hung up the phone. I guess it was true what they say about him being a spendthrift. I learned about this from a senior colleague of mine at work. Takashi was spoiled by his parents from a long time ago and has a strange sense of money. He spends more than his salary and still gets his father to pay for what his salary is not enough for.
But it seems that his father's company is in financial difficulties now.
I see. In the end, Risa was unable to back down after boasting to everyone around her that she was going to marry a high-spec man. After agreeing to live together, they got married. But in the end, living without mother-in-law seems to be pretty tough. I saw her in town, but she was so worn out she was a shadow of her former self. And after a while...
Hey, Yuriko, just lend me some money.
What happened all of a sudden?
He won't give me money to go to the hairdresser. My hair is going gray and I'm only 29 years old. If you feel sorry for me, lend me some money.
I'm sorry. I don't want to have a financial exchange with a friend.
What a cheapskate. I don't care about you anymore, Yuriko.
Risa is going around asking for money to various people like this, and it seems her friends are leaving more and more. I feel sorry for her, but she deserves it. Eventually, after a few years, Risa divorced Takashi-san. I hear rumors that she's having trouble dealing with his parents, who blame her for leaving, but I don't know the truth. By the way, Takashi-san's father's company went bankrupt. Despite what I've heard, rumors that the family is in trouble because of Takashi-san's habit of spending money can't be cured. I'm currently dating a man I met through my hobby. I have had enough of mommy's boys. I want to live a steady life with a solid, independent man.
I'm Shiho Nagase, a 20-year-old college student.
Shio, want to go out to eat tomorrow after class?
This is Ayumi Yoshikawa. We've been best friends from junior high.
Sorry, I have a part-time job tomorrow. I see. My boyfriend's opening a restaurant, so I was hoping we could go together.
What? Shoma-senpai opened a restaurant?
Yeah, he did.
Ayumi's boyfriend, Shoma Sato, is an alumni of our high school club. He was much older than us, but Ayumi started dating him because of a social gathering between alumni and current students. I also met Shoma-senpai once. He was a good-looking guy. No wonder Ayumi fell in love with him so much.
Shoma-san always said his dream was to be a businessman in the future, and it seems like his dream came true right away.
That's so cool of him to own a restaurant at such a young age.
But I heard he went through a lot of hardships, so I wanted to support him.
Right, but I'm really sorry. I just can't take tomorrow off.
Oh, no problem. Let's go together again when it's convenient.
Yeah. Apparently, Ayumi decided to go to his store with some of her club members to make up the time. I was so relieved to see Ayumi so excited. But then Ayumi came to school the next week with a gloomy look on her face. What's wrong? Did something happen?
Actually, something happened at a store. I made an all-you-can-eat reservation, and when we got there, they suddenly laid out a huge pile of pasta and a big pizza.
What? Are you serious?
Then they told us to finish all of it before going to the buffet.
That's crazy.
When we told them we couldn't eat this much food, they said rules are rules and we have to follow them. In the end, we couldn't finish all the food they served us, and they even charged us for the leftovers.
That's terrible! That's a scam! They checked the restaurant's website after that, but there was no such rule written anywhere.
I felt bad for the club members.
Did you complain to your boyfriend? I mean, does he know that rule? It's not something the employees did on their own, is it?
No, I called Shoma and he said, if you can't follow our rules, you don't have to come back.
Huh? Are you saying Shoma-senpai knew about the rule and still forced you to follow it?
Yeah, and when I told him that wasn't right, he told me, if you can't understand the way I do things, I'm done. I'm leaving you.
What? Are you serious?
I've been in love with him for so long and we finally got together. I don't know why it turned out like this. I feel so bad to everyone in my club.
I felt sorry for Ayumi, who was down, and I wanted to do something about it, so I went to talk to Ayumi's club members. It was a terrible store, wasn't it? But, well, apparently Ayumi didn't know what was going on. Of course, I'm not mad at Ayumi. She's a victim too, right? That's right. If Ayumi's down, we need to cheer her up. Yeah, thanks.
The next day, thanks, Chio, for calming everyone down.
No, I just listened to them, but I'm sorry to hear about your boyfriend.
It's okay. I'm glad to know that was his true character. I'll forget about him.
I was worried that Ayumi might hit rock bottom since he was her first boyfriend, but I'm glad to hear that the wounds weren't that deep. But the problem didn't stop there.
Hey! You guys want to go to this new restaurant in front of the station called Wide?
The all-you-can-eat Italian place?
Yeah! I've always wanted to go there!
There was talk of going to that restaurant in a seminar group I was in. No, we can't go there. They do scam-like things without hesitation. Then Miki, the boy who was in charge of the seminar.
Dangerous places like that are the ones worth trying out!
Huh? What are you talking about? They serve a lot of pizza and pasta, and if you leave leftovers, they charge you for it.
We look like this, but we eat a lot, you know. Yeah, and after all, we have this guy with us. You're coming, right, Daisuke?
Yeah, of course!
The one who said that was Daisuke Yamaoka. He's also in the same seminar and the head of the judo club. No, but...
Just come. You'll get to see something interesting.
And so, we went to the scam store, Wide. Are you sure? Can you really finish it?
Leave it to me. I skipped lunch so I can eat 5 servings.
Me too. I only ate 1 marshmallow for lunch, so I can eat a lot. I don't know.
Nagase, leave it to us.
So confident. When we entered the restaurant and took our seats, some waiter came out and placed a large amount of food on the table before we could say anything. I knew it! The same thing they did to Ayumi. I thought we asked for all you can eat when making the reservation. I want to eat at the buffet over there.
Yeah, I don't need pasta now!
I apologize. We only offer the buffet to those who have finished all the dishes on this table.
What? I didn't hear anything about that.
It's a rule. If you leave leftovers, we will charge you for it, in addition to the buffet fee.
Why didn't you tell us when I made the reservation?
We weren't asked. I'm pretty sure we told you we would be happy to answer any questions you might have had.
This guy. I thought of Ayumi's face, and I was so annoyed that I was about to say something back, but...
We just have to eat it all, right? If we eat all of this, we can have the buffet over there, right? Yes, that's right. If you finish this, we will take you to the buffet over there. All right! Thanks for the food!
From there, it was incredible. He's so fast. Is your mouth a vacuum cleaner? One after another, the pile of pasta and pizza lined up in front of Daisuke gets sucked into his mouth. All the other seminar members were smiling and eating too. I mean, you guys eat so much for such a slender profile. I reached for my fork thinking I had to help, but there was hardly any left, and all I could do was watch in amazement. The waiter was also turning pale.
Are you serious? Hey, bring that over!
What?
Hurry up! Bring 3!
Yes. I don't know what they're up to, but all the plates will be empty in a minute. Are you kidding me? The waiter who retreated to the kitchen hurriedly brought out a cake roll that was at least 50 centimeters long, and 3 of them at that.
Please, finish these before the buffet.
What? You told us earlier we just had to eat the food on the table.
I'm sorry. There was no room on the table for the cake earlier. This will be it, so please, enjoy your meal.
What? I didn't hear anything about that.
Right. If that's the case,
How do you know what I like? What? You're a psychic!
Huh?
What? So I'm allowed to eat all of this?
All of it?
Right. Daisuke loves sweets, right?
We went to a sweets buffet together the other day.
Go, Daisuke!
I'll take your word for it then! Bon appetit!
And the roll cakes were sucked into Daisuke's mouth and disappeared in a flash. Daisuke, is your stomach okay?
I'm not so sure about that.
I knew it! Are you full?
No, the sweet stuff reset my appetite, so I can eat more. This stomach is a real problem.
What?
Alright, we ate the whole thing. I'm allowed to eat that, right? Yes! No, I mean... I can eat the buffet, right? You're the one who said that rule.
Daisuke, those are the eyes of a ferocious beast. Your eyes aren't smiling. Such was Daisuke-kun's power that the waiter had no choice but to say, go ahead. Thus, we were able to safely find our way to the buffet and ate the entire thing. Well, half of it ended up in Daisuke's stomach.
What's going on?
He must have been called by the waiter. By the time Shoma-senpai, the manager, rushed in out of breath, the buffet was empty.
Damn it! Don't you ever come here again, you vandals! That's quite a thing to say to a customer.
Seriously, you treat your customers badly and then curse at them? That's disgusting! I'm never coming to this restaurant, even if you ask me to. I mean, Shoma-senpai, please apologize to Ayumi.
Shut up! I'll re-dump that ugly woman! I don't care!
You're awful!
Just so you know, we've been recording you since you got here. We've got plenty of evidence of your scam.
If you don't want us to spread this, you better clean up your act.
Shut up! Go home! Go home! Go home!
Thank you for the food. The food was great. I'll bring my juniors again.
I told you not to come!
We ended up getting banned. Well, we had no intention of going back anyway. After that, someone spread the word that our university's sports club members began to visit Wide every day. Did you spread that word, Daisuke?
Huh? I didn't spread it. I did tell the guys on the soccer team that there was a place where they could get a great buffet and a lot of pasta and huge pizzas.
So it was you. Eventually, Wide stopped offering that all-you-can-eat buffet because they started losing money after days of being devoured by the big athletics guy. But it was already too late. The bad reputation got around and the customers stopped going, which deserted the restaurant. And furthermore, the manager, Shoma-senpai, had his hands on many other women besides Ayumi. One of the women accused him. "You said you were going to marry me, so I gave you the money to open the store. But what do you mean there are other women?" He ended up closing the store and ran away to the countryside. "I'm relieved you got them back. Thank you so much." It was Daisuke and my fellow seminar students who did it. I didn't do anything. No, you encouraged me when I was down and helped me reconcile with my clubmates. I'm really grateful. Ayumi. Continue to be a good friend to me. I love you, Shiho. Yeah, I love you too. By the way, Shoma, the senpai who ran away, apparently he borrowed money from several women to open the restaurant, and they eventually found out where he was, and now he's in court. He's been cut off from his family, and he's having a very hard life. Although, I don't really care about that because I don't have anything to do with it anymore. I've been having a good time with my seminar friends since then.
We're going to a restaurant owned by Daisuke's sister. You wanna come?
Yeah, I'm in! Can I invite my friend? Her name's Ayumi. She's in the literature department.
Of course. Let's go together. Daisuke, you don't mind if there are more of us, do you?
Yeah, I'll let my sister know.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a lucky person to be able to spend time with such good-natured friends. I'll cherish this time and enjoy the rest of my college life.
I'm Satoshi Mikami. I work for a trading company. I'm 32 and single. Daily routine was everything to me. I woke up at 7 a.m. sharp, ate breakfast, got ready for work, and left the house by 8 every morning. After riding the train for 30 minutes, I arrive at the office at 8:45. I was never late, not even once. Some said I was too obsessed, but I didn't really care.
Mikami, morning! On time as always!
Yeah, this is Yuji Furuta. He was my new boss. He was always full of energy. The morning meeting started at 9. After the morning meeting, I checked my emails and get to work. I ate lunch at the same restaurant every day.
Mikami, let's go out to lunch!
Sorry, I can't. Sir, you're wasting your time. He never eats with anyone except his clients. Come, I'll eat with you.
Oh, alright then. Let's go then, my treat!
Alright! I wasn't being unfriendly or anything. I just didn't want to eat with my colleagues. It was my lunch break, so I wanted to get some rest. That afternoon, Mr. Furuta came up to me and said,
Mikami, can you help me out with these? I asked Nakamura to do them, but he's too busy.
Okay, when do you want it by?
Next week if possible.
Next week. Alright. He told me to cover for Nakamura. 5 p.m. The bell rang and it was time to go home. I was always the first one to get up.
See you tomorrow!
See you later. I never worked overtime. At the last company I worked at, I worked really long hours. But then I got sick. I pushed myself too hard. After that, I stopped trying so hard. I did the bare minimum to get by. Mikami's going home already? Lucky.
I got so much work to do.
That's because you guys waste your time talking during the day about things that have nothing to do with work. I grabbed dinner at this convenience store nearby, watched TV, and went to sleep by 12. This was my daily routine. But then one day, someone rang the doorbell. It was my day off that day. Who could that be?
Hey, brother! Long time no see!
Junpei, hey! This is Junpei, my brother-in-law. My mom got married when I was a kid. He was my second dad's son. What's up?
I need a favor.
Huh? He was with his daughter, Ayana.
I gotta leave town tomorrow for 2 months for a business trip. I can't take her with me and
Could you look after her for me?
What? I can't just do that!
I know it's last minute, but you're the only one I can ask. Please.
Our mom passed away 2 years ago, and Junpei's wife passed away right after Ayana was born, so he was raising her on his own. I wanted to help him, but this was too sudden. I'd love to help, but I got work too. I'm sorry.
Oh, please! You're the only one I got left! Please!
Fine. I didn't have much of a choice. I was enjoying being single, but now I had to look after a kid. So, Ayana, you remember me?
No.
I see. Well, it's been a while, so can't say that I blame you. She was a baby the last time I saw her. No surprises there. I tried to talk to her, but it just wasn't working. Can you blame her? She doesn't even remember me. Just give her some time. I made some curry for dinner, but she didn't seem to like it very much. So I just ordered some delivery. I guess I'm just a bad cook. Oh well. I guess I'll just order takeout from now on. But raising a kid was much harder than I thought. The next day, I took her to school first thing in the morning and ran back home as soon as I was done with work. But then, what the? My house was a mess. Ayana! Ayana! I started looking for Ayana. Ah! What do I do now? Is that thing gonna come off? She was only in first grade, though. I couldn't really yell at her. I just told her not to do it again. I was exhausted from work, but I still had to clean up after her. My life completely changed after that. A few days went by, but she still wasn't talking to me. After much thought, I decided to buy her a kid's phone. I thought it might be a good conversation starter. I'm gonna go to work now. If you need anything, call me using this, okay?
Okay.
2 weeks went by, but she never called me once. I thought kids these days were used to smartphones and stuff, but I guess it was too early for her. But then... Huh? My phone beeped. It was from Ayana. She said she was sick. She never texts me, ever. She must really be sick. I got really worried. I decided to head back home. Mr. Furuta, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm not feeling well. Can I take the rest of the day off? All my work is done, so...
Oh, that's rare. You alright?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Alright then, go on.
Thank you, sir. People were staring at me, but I didn't care. I ran out of the office, grabbed some drinks from the pharmacy, and ran back home. When I got home, Ayana was sleeping on the floor. Her face was completely red. Ayana! I'm sorry I'm late! She was burning up. She had a pretty bad fever, so I rushed her to the hospital. It was just a cold, nothing serious, thank goodness. So now I had a sick child on my hands. I still had more than a month to go before Junpei was back. Working full-time while taking care of a sick kid was easier said than done. I was starting to lose it. Mr. Furuta, can I talk to you?
Mikami, what's the matter? You okay?
Actually, no. Can I take some time off?
For how long? What's going on? You can tell me.
Well, so I told him everything. I've been looking after my brother's daughter for a month now, and it's a lot of work.
Oh, I see. You were doing all this by yourself? That must have been tough. Should have told me.
What? I'm always unfriendly to everyone. I didn't think anyone would care.
That's not true, Mikami. I think you're brilliant.
Huh?
You always get your work done on time. You've never been late, not even once. And you're always willing to help out others. I think you're a real asset to this company.
Mr. Furuta. Then he turned around and said to everyone,
Listen up, guys! Mikami! He's been looking after his brother's kid for a while now, and he needs our help! Maybe he can bring the kid to the office and we can all chip in. What do you say, guys?
Of course! Mikami's always helping us out, so...
Yeah, it's the least we can do.
Thanks, guys! Alright then. Bring her to the office from now on.
Mr. Furuta, everyone, thank you! They were all willing to chip in. It was really nice of them. So I started taking Ayana to the office. She was on summer vacation, so she didn't have school. Ayana, can you wait here until I'm done working?
Okay. Anya, you're so cute! You look nothing like Mikami.
Well, she's not my kid, so...
Want me to do your hair? Come on.
Okay.
Ayana was smiling. She seemed really happy to be here. I've never seen her like this before.
Mikami, everyone loves her.
It's all thanks to you, Mr. Furuta. Thanks again.
Sure thing. Maybe she just missed her mom.
He had a point. She lost her mother when she was a baby. I should have realized that. She loved spending time at the office. She started smiling more. And she started talking to me at home. It was so nice having her around. I really enjoyed spending time with her. Then, Junpei came home. The last 2 months wasn't easy, but I had a great time with her.
Hey guys, long time no see.
Daddy!
Welcome home, Junpei.
Thanks for taking care of her. I really appreciate it.
No worries. I didn't do much.
Daddy, guess what happened today?
She seemed really happy to see her dad.
Oh yeah? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Thanks, Uncle Satoshi.
Sure.
Oh, gotta go. Bye.
Not sure why, but I called out her name. Ayana!
Yeah?
Nothing. Have fun with your dad.
Okay.
I knew I wasn't her real dad, but over the last 2 months, she really grew on me. I'm gonna miss her. But then...
Uncle Satoshi! You're my dad too, so don't look so sad. Have fun at work tomorrow.
Will do. Why am I crying? I'm such an idiot. And so, my 2 months was over. I had my old lifestyle back. But I got so used to having someone else at the house, I started feeling lonely. Everything went back to the way it was after that. Actually, not everything.
Hello!
Ayana, welcome!
You got so big!
Kids grow up so fast.
Don't bother them during work, okay?
Okay.
Sometimes she started coming by to the office on her way back from school. Everyone at work loved her. She's a superstar here.
Mikami, I had no idea you were so good with kids.
Oh, I'm not...
Oh, don't be so modest. If I'm going to get married, I definitely want to be with someone who's good with kids.
Being single is nice and all, but I guess having a family is nice too. Thanks for opening my eyes, Ayana.